YouTube, how's it going? So we are going to smoke the Plasencia. Which one was it? The 151. So I had too much stuff in the way to find what I'm trying to find. Aha. So this is the Plasencia 151 5 3/4 by 46. I don't know why it says San Diego on there. #151. Was that Cosecha Pravada? I don't know. It's a Plasencia 151. That's all. We're just gonna go with that. Mm. Mm. I have not had this cigar yet. Gorgeous. Had it for quite a while. Um, been holding on to it for a while, and now it's time to burn it. We're down here we're in Stockton. We're in Stockton at a different Niagara facility, not the same ones. Waiting to go into the facility. We're a little early. And you can only show up about a half hour early. So we have about an hour to kill. Should be just plenty of time to smoke this. It has a little bit of a musty cocoa barnyard flavor. But as you guys know, I don't really go off of the cold draw because for me it really never translates to what it really tastes like once it's lit. Tell you what, this lighter, now that I got the right fitting for the gas, the thing is sharp. That V cut, it's a nice deep V cut. It's very sharp. It doesn't crush the cap or anything when you're cutting it. It just cuts right through. And this flame, whew, it actually doesn't burn right on through the gas very well. You know what I mean? It lasts for having a triple flame that comes to a point. I'm actually pretty impressed with this thing. And it has a nice hand feel. Mm. Definitely some spice on the retro. It almost has like a cinnamon to it, cinnamon spice. There's the cocoa. Oh no, I haven't had cinnamon in quite a while. It's not quite cinnamon. It's more of a black pepper. Does have a little bit of a different taste than black pepper though. It's a nice lighter. I'm not really trying to push it, but if you guys are in for a to-go lighter that feels good in the hand, has a nice cutter on it, and holds a lot of fluid, and is a rest. I mean, I've showed you guys the lighter before. It was almost an epic fail on my part, but it actually is a really good lighter. Mm. Look at that wrapper, you guys. Look at that. That is just gorgeous. Oh, very pretty. It's very good. It's it's not too it's dark, but it's not like deep dark. It has a nice dark cocoa flavor to it. Some pepper on the retro, a little bit of spice on the mouth. The mouth is more like where I remember cinnamon being like the spiciness to it, not the actual flavor, if that makes sense. Um, there's the cocoa's there, the dark cocoa. There's something else that I'm tasting and I can't place it. It's sweet, maybe like a brown sugar. It's not overly sweet though. I've been wanting to smoke this one for a while. I brought it in the truck in that travel humidor that I showed you guys. It's been in the truck for about 2 weeks in that humidor, just traveling around. This thing has thousands of miles on it. That thing is keeping humidity for a travel humidor. That thing is pretty nifty. The thing's holding humidity. The seals swelled up a little bit more, like I said, once it's seasoned. And this thing has been traveling around in this truck for like over 2 weeks, at least, and maybe a little bit longer. And I finally, we're smoking it. There's like a creaminess right there. And that, gosh, what is that flavor? I hate docking at this place. I've been here one other time, and it's pretty tight. You have a fence right here, and then you have a bunch of trailers, and you got to get in there. It's barely enough for you to basically jackknife your trailer to get it in and swing your truck without taking out the fence with your bumper. Makes it more challenging when there's another truck. If you have to get between two trucks because they stick out that much further than the trailer. I'm watching a guy right now and he's not having a good time. I feel for him. You know, a lot of people will sit and laugh at a guy. Ah, look at that guy. No, sometimes it's hard, especially in some of these places. They don't build them for trucks like this, and it could be quite a pain. I'm the kind of guy that'll get out and help a guy spot him. I'll spot him to get in. If more truckers would do that, the community of truckers could get a lot better than what it is now. So I'll tell you what, this industry is going. Yeah, don't get me going. Never mind. If I was in the facility right now and I was a couple of trucks down and I seen it, I'd get out and walk over there and help. See if he. I would ask him first, hey, do you want me to spot you? You know, some guys their pride's too big, they don't want to spot. super truckers. Fuck, I don't care if somebody offers to spot me. Hell yeah, spot me, fool. you know, I don't need to take somebody's mirror off or whatever. Anyway, that's enough of that. We're gonna let this settle in. This 151. It's very good. I think I brought the 158 or 9 also. So, and I really like this brand. Plasencia is top notch in my opinion. Gosh, what is that flavor? There's a really nice flavor in here, and I cannot place it. It's lingering, and I don't want to just say floral because it's not that, and it's not brown sugar. It's not like molasses. I don't know. I don't know what molasses tastes like. So maybe it is. Um, it's sweet, but it's not overly sweet, and it's not the cocoa. The cocoa is more of like a dark chocolate cocoa. Oh, poor guy. Yeah, he's gonna reset. Good for him. Mm. There was some sort of a nuttiness right there when I blew it out my mouth and my nose at the same time. There's a term for that, but I don't know what it is. But where you retro in out your mouth at the same time, I just got a nuttiness on that. That was good. Yeah. So if you smoke this, try that. Try it out of your nose and your mouth at the same time. That was tasty. I did it twice, and that was the same flavor. Anyway, all right, that's enough rambling for a minute. Um, we're gonna let this settle in because I'm puffing on it, and it's getting warm down to my finger, and that's too far down to be getting that warm. So we're gonna let it settle in nice and slow. We'll be back. All right, you guys. This 151 is smoking really nice. I'm gonna take this secondary band off. The first one you come to when you're smoking. Oh, it's all one. Okay, well we're gonna take this band off. The main giant band is still considered the secondary because there's a little one afterwards. Um, that flavor I was getting, it's still there, but it's getting more of a burnt to it, and I think it's somewhere close to like a burnt marshmallow. You know, when you're camping and you light that sucker on fire and it turns black and you blow it out and you take that first layer off and then you have the white marshmallow, but that it doesn't have the charred flavor to it, but it has that sweet burntness to it. So that's the primary or the secondary. I guess that would be the primary, that little one. Anyway, um, I think that's what I'm tasting. The one I couldn't, the last time I was talking to you guys that I couldn't place, that I said had kind of a sweetness to it, but not overly sweet. Because I'm still getting it, but it's more of a char to it now. So I'm thinking, the only thing that comes to my mind is a charred marshmallow without the smokiness to it, the campfire smokiness to it, just that charred sugar. The retro is super smooth, creamy. It's still a very like a dark chocolate cocoa. There's just a slight touch of that black pepper on the retro, but it's so smooth and creamy. I'm not getting that nuttiness that I was getting when you blow it out your retro and your mouth at the same time. I'm not getting that anymore, but I am getting a lot of that charred sugar, but not overly sweet, which is kind of throwing me off. It's almost like when honey crystallizes and you get a piece of that crystallized honey. At the same time, it's almost like that, but not that sweet. It doesn't make sense, right? That's the only way I could try to describe what I'm getting on that flavor that I couldn't explain earlier. And that still might not be it, but in my mind and on my taste buds, that's what they're telling me. And right now, but we're about halfway in. We are getting a little bit of a coffee flavor coming out. Not much, but I think it's going to start coming out heavier as we get into this. What a beautiful wrapper, though. Look at the oils. Mm. The smoke feel in the mouth is soft to soft plus, not even close to a medium. Yeah, charred marshmallow or the little crystallized piece of honey, like when honey crystallizes, but not sweet. There's a slight sugarness to it, but not like sweet. Like if you eat a marshmallow, how sweet they are, or if you put honey in your mouth, how sweet it is. Not that sweet. I know it's not making sense, but man, that's what I'm getting. More of that charred sugar with dark chocolate cocoa and a slight coffiness. Mm, I'm digging this. I'm like, to me, this is really good. This is really good, you guys. It would be nice to get a little bit of that nuttiness again, because that was actually pretty nice. So I don't know if it'll come back or not. But when I did get that a few times, that was with those other flavors, it was quite nice. So anyway, that's how we're developing, and we'll be back. All right, you guys, this 151, in my opinion, was darn good. Dark chocolate cocoa, a little bit of black pepper, charred marshmallow with a little bit of, excuse me, crystallized honey, but not the sweetness of neither. And then here and there, I haven't got it in a while, but there was that nice nutty flavor. But on all of it, the finish and the retro has been creamy smooth. Very good. Anyway, I'm going to probably nub this down a little bit more. I'm going to end the video here. It's almost time to go check in. So, as always, thanks for tuning in and smoking a cigar with me. Always try different sticks, and you know it. Always keep it smoky, my friends.